Dear ladies and gentlemen, there are some places you don't belong, not because you're too good, but because they're too dangerous. Some places don't just steal your peace, they assassinate your purpose. And I'm not just talking about physical locations. I'm talking about mental, emotional, and spiritual environments where destiny goes to die if you're not careful. You might not be in a toxic relationship, but if your thoughts are always tearing you down, you're in a dangerous place. You may not be around physical violence, but if you keep revisiting past wounds just to feel something, you're still bleeding. Some of us are stuck in rooms we should have walked out of seasons ago, not because the door was locked, but because we forgot we had legs to move. Dangerous places don't always look like danger. They can look like comfort, like silence, like success without peace. But here's the truth: if you want to grow, heal, walk in your calling, and breathe freely, there are some places you have to leave. Not eventually, not when it makes sense, but now, because nothing changes until you change where you're standing. Let's talk about 5 places you must avoid at all costs, and why each one has the power to wreck your future if you stay too long. Key points: 5 dangerous places to avoid at all costs. The place of procrastination, where purpose dies slowly while you wait for the perfect moment. The place of comparison, where your confidence erodes by measuring your lane against someone else's race. The place of unforgiveness, where bitterness grows like poison and contaminates everything good in your life. The place of stagnation, where routine feels safe but secretly kills your growth and your hunger. The place of people pleasing, where your identity becomes dependent on applause that fades. The place of comfort zones, where you feel secure but you're no longer being stretched or sharpened. The place of negative self-talk, where your worst enemy is the voice inside your head, not the world outside. The place of isolation, where you convince yourself you're fine alone, while purpose starves from lack of community. The place of fear-based decisions, where you let anxiety drive and end up nowhere near your calling. The place of past mistakes, where you live as if you're still bound by what God has already forgiven. Let me know if you'd like me to expand any of the key points in full sermons, style just like the others. Absolutely. Here's a bold and deeply expanded version of ***. Key point 1. The place of procrastination, where purpose dies slowly while you wait for the perfect moment. ***. Written in a Steven Furtick inspired voice, powerful, raw, and heart-stirring, with ***, no subtitle and no conclusion. ***. You know what's more dangerous than failure? Delay. Not the kind that's out of your control, flight delays, traffic delays. I'm talking about the delay you choose, the delay you call thinking about it, the delay you call waiting for peace. The delay that's really procrastination, disguised in spiritual language and dressed up like wisdom. Procrastination doesn't feel dangerous in the moment. That's what makes it so deadly. It's not dramatic. It's not loud. It doesn't come with warning signs. It creeps in slowly, subtly. It convinces you that tomorrow is just as good as today, that later is still on the table, that you'll have the energy, the drive, the passion next week. And so you wait, and while you wait, purpose is bleeding out quietly in the corner. You keep saying, "I'll start when it's the right time." But what if I told you time doesn't get righter? You do. You're not waiting on time, you're waiting on yourself to stop being scared, to stop hesitating, to stop worshipping comfort more than obedience. The truth is, the enemy doesn't have to destroy you. He just has to distract you long enough that you miss your moment. And procrastination is his favorite strategy because it feels safe. But here's the catch: procrastination doesn't freeze time. While you're sitting still, the clock keeps ticking. While you're waiting for confirmation, someone else is walking in the calling that was meant for you. While you're preparing forever, your window of opportunity is slowly closing. You're not just delaying action, you're delaying becoming. You're postponing purpose. You're holding hostage the future you were called to live out. There's no such thing as no movement. You're either moving forward or drifting backward. Every time you choose procrastination, you're not just pausing, you're partnering with regret, and you know it. Deep down, you feel the tension, you know the conversation you're avoiding, the decision you're pushing off, the habit you keep promising to change next week. But next week is a myth. Next week is the biggest lie procrastination ever sold. We think procrastination is a time issue, but it's a trust issue. Do you trust God enough to act when it's uncomfortable? Do you trust Him enough to move when you're not 100% sure how it'll turn out? Because purpose is not revealed in perfect conditions, it's revealed in obedience . And procrastination is nothing more than delayed disobedience. You don't need more time, you need more courage. You don't need a better schedule, you need a stronger yes. Because until you stop waiting for perfect and start trusting that God will perfect you in the process, you'll stay stuck in the waiting room of your own destiny, watching others rise while you sit on what He gave you. So don't let procrastination rob you another day. Don't let it whisper you into paralysis. That idea, that vision, that relationship, that decision, it's not just a task on a to-do list. It's a turning point . And every time you delay, you push the miracle further down the road, and someday might never come. Ready for key point 2 to be expanded in this same fire-filled tone? Just say the word, certainly. Here is a fully expanded version of key point 2, the place of comparison where your confidence erodes by measuring your lane against someone else's race ***. Written in a passionate, truth-heavy tone inspired by Steven Furtick's delivery, no subtitle, no conclusion. You want to know one of the most dangerous places you can live? Not a city on a map, but a state of mind. The place of comparison. That mental address where you measure your success by someone else's highlight reel. Where your confidence is constantly crashing under the weight of someone else's applause. And here's the tragedy. It's not even their fault. It's the location you keep running back to, every scroll, every thought, every moment you doubt what God gave you. Comparison is not just harmless curiosity, it's a silent killer. It kills gratitude, it strangles identity, it makes you feel like nothing you're doing is enough, not because it isn't valuable, but because it doesn't look like them. You can be walking in purpose and still feel like a failure if you're staring at someone else's path. You can be gifted and still feel invisible if your eyes are locked on someone else's stage. Let me ask you, how can you run your race when your neck is twisted looking sideways? How can you build what God gave you if you're too busy analyzing what God gave them? You weren't designed to carry their call. Their blessing wouldn't even fit you right. It wasn't made for you. But here you are, frustrated, tired, defeated, not because you're doing something wrong, but because you're comparing something different. Comparison will have you quitting something God called you to because it doesn't look successful yet. It will have you despising your process because someone else's looks faster, flashier, more applauded. But guess what? You don't know their battles, you don't know the pain behind their praise, you don't know the sacrifices behind their smile, and even if you did it still wouldn't matter. Because God's plan for them has nothing to do with what He's building in you. You are not in competition, you are in covenant . And the moment you measure your progress by another person's purpose, you step out of alignment with God's unique design for your life. That's why comparison feels so exhausting, because it's a race you were never meant to run. You'll never feel like enough if you're using someone else's calling as your measuring stick. You'll never feel seen if you keep watching the wrong audience. And you'll never feel successful if you define it by their spotlight instead of your obedience. God doesn't bless imitation, He blesses authenticity . So if you're wondering why you feel stuck, empty, frustrated, maybe it's not your progress that's the problem. Maybe it's your perspective. Maybe you're standing in a place that's poisoning your purpose, not because you don't have potential, but because you're comparing your preparation season to someone else's platform. Let me say it loud. Asterisk, you don't need to be like them. Asterisk. You need to be fully, unapologetically, powerfully asterisk you asterisk the you God formed, called, anointed, and equipped for this exact time. Your difference asterisk is asterisk your advantage. Your uniqueness asterisk is asterisk your strength. You weren't made to compete, you were made to contribute. So stop living in the land of comparison. It looks beautiful, but it's barren. There's no fruit there, no peace there, no blessing there. There's only disappointment, discontent, and doubt. And none of that belongs in the life of someone who knows who they are in Christ. Let me know if you'd like key point 3 to be expanded in the same powerful tone. Absolutely. Here's an expanded version of asterisk asterisk key point 3, the place of unforgiveness where bitterness grows like poison and contaminates everything good in your life, asterisk asterisk, written with the deep conviction, emotion, and authority of a Steven Furtick style delivery without a subtitle and no conclusion. Some of you are walking around every day, dressed for the future, praying for breakthrough, speaking faith, but still dragging a heavy chain that's got nothing to do with your potential and everything to do with your asterisk past asterisk. You're smiling on the outside but carrying asterisk unforgiveness asterisk on the inside, and you've gotten used to it, you've made room for it, you've called it just who I am now, but it's not who you are, it's where you've been asterisk stuck asterisk. Unforgiveness is not just pain, it's pain that decided to take root. It's not just a memory, it's a prison, and the bars aren't made of steel, they're made of asterisk bitterness asterisk, bitterness that contaminates everything around it. You can't be bitter in one area and expect peace in another. You can't hold unforgiveness in your heart and expect purpose to flow through your hands. You think you're punishing them by not forgiving, but you're only poisoning asterisk yourself asterisk. You're holding on to what they did or didn't do thinking it gives you power, but it actually asterisk robs asterisk your power, because now you're not living free. You're living filtered through fear, through trauma, through anger, through distrust, and every relationship you step into, every opportunity you try to walk in gets affected by something that happened asterisk way back there asterisk. Let's tell the truth. Some of us aren't stuck because the devil is strong, we're stuck because asterisk we refuse to let go. Asterisk we keep rehearsing what happened, not realizing that the more we replay it, the deeper it embeds into our identity. But you are not what they did to you. You are not the betrayal, not the offense, not the abandonment. You are not what they didn't apologize for. You are not what they never made right. You are asterisk more asterisk than the memory. But here's the hard truth. As long as you hold on to the offense, you cannot hold the promise. Because your hands are full of what hurt you, there's no room left for what God wants to asterisk heal asterisk you with. That grudge you're clinging to, it's clogging up the flow of grace in your life. That bitterness you've been feeding, it's starving your joy. You're asking God to make a way, but you've barricaded the path with unforgiveness. Forgiveness isn't saying what they did was okay. It's saying, I refuse to let what they did keep holding me hostage. It's not approval, it's asterisk release asterisk, and forgiveness isn't weakness, it's asterisk warfare asterisk. Because when you forgive, you take the power back, you break the cycle, you end the echo of pain, you stop the generational pattern, you step into asterisk freedom asterisk. You can't change what they did, but you can change whether it asterisk continues asterisk to define you, whether it gets the final say in your story, whether it keeps contaminating your present and sabotaging your future. And if you're waiting until you feel ready to forgive, you'll never get there. Forgiveness is not a feeling. It's a asterisk decision asterisk, and sometimes it's the most powerful, painful, and asterisk holy asterisk decision you'll ever make. The longer you stay in the place of unforgiveness, the longer you keep yourself locked out of what God has for you. You can't live in freedom with a heart still chained to resentment. You can't be full of peace if you're still full of pain you refuse to release. And you can't move forward until you stop dragging the weight of yesterday. Would you like me to expand key point 4 next in this same fire-filled style? Absolutely. Here is the expanded version of asterisk asterisk key point 4, the place of stagnation where routine feels safe, but secretly kills your growth and your hunger, asterisk asterisk. Written in a powerful, bold, and emotionally honest tone inspired by Steven Furtick with asterisk asterisk, no subtitle, and no conclusion asterisk asterisk. There's a place more dangerous than failure. It's not chaos, it's not conflict, it's asterisk comfort without challenge. Asterisk, it's the place of stagnation. A place that feels safe because everything's familiar, but it's actually a trap, a place where your dreams go to sleep, where your passion dries up, and your purpose begins to fade while your calendar stays busy. Let's talk real. Some of us have mistaken repetition for progress. You're doing the same thing day after day, year after year, and calling it stability, but it's not stability. It's asterisk stalling asterisk. You're not growing. You're circling. You've built a life where nothing surprises you anymore, and that's not peace, that's paralysis. Stagnation is tricky because it doesn't look destructive at first. You're not sinking. You're not drowning, you're just stuck. You're not failing dramatically, but you're not asterisk thriving asterisk either. You're just existing, and that's what makes it so dangerous. It's not a storm that breaks you, it's the stillness that numbs you. Do you remember when you used to asterisk dream asterisk, when you were hungry to learn, when you were willing to take risks? Somewhere along the way you stopped reaching, you stopped stretching, you stopped asking what's next, because you got too used to saying this is fine. But fine is the enemy of fulfilled. Comfortable is the killer of called. You think it's safe here, but the truth is you're slowly dying inside. Your potential is waiting on the other side of discomfort, but you're too invested in what feels familiar. And that's the trap of stagnation. It feels like peace because nothing's shaking, but nothing's asterisk shifting asterisk either. You're praying for God to do something new while living in a cycle that resists anything different. Stagnation will have you confusing activity with advancement. You're busy, but not fruitful. You're exhausted, but not effective. You're working, but not asterisk waking up. Asterisk, and the reason you feel frustrated and unfulfilled isn't because you're doing too little, it's because you're not doing what asterisk stretches asterisk you anymore. Growth doesn't happen in the comfort zone. Growth happens in the pressure, in the unknown, in the place where faith is required and risk is real. But stagnation will lull you into settling. It will convince you that the predictable is better than the possible. That maintenance is more important than movement. That safety is more spiritual than surrender. But I came to shake you today. Asterisk, you weren't built for stagnation asterisk. You weren't saved to stay the same. God didn't call you to comfort, He called you to asterisk capacity asterisk. And that means you're going to have to break the routine that's been keeping you small. You're going to have to challenge the patterns that have become prisons. You're going to have to disrupt what's normal in order to discover what's asterisk next. Asterisk, because if you keep living like this, you'll wake up 5 years from now wondering what happened to your fire. You'll look around at your life and realize the only thing that grew was your tolerance for mediocrity. And that should scare you more than failure ever could. Let me know if you'd like me to expand asterisk asterisk, key point 5 asterisk asterisk in the same voice and depth. Absolutely. Here's the asterisk asterisk expanded version of key point 5, the place of people, pleasing where your identity becomes dependent on applause that fades asterisk asterisk. Written in a bold, emotional, and truth-challenging voice inspired by Steven Furtick without a subtitle and without a conclusion. You can't walk in the fullness of who you are if you're constantly trying to be what everyone else wants you to be. The place of people, pleasing, is one of the most dangerous places to live, not because of what others do to you, but because of what asterisk you're willing to surrender asterisk just to be accepted. You start trading authenticity for applause, conviction for comfort, calling for claps, and the worst part, half the people you're bending for aren't even watching, they're not even thinking about you. But you've wrapped your worth around their reaction. This is how people, Pleasing works its subtle, sneaky. It doesn't announce itself with a red flag. It shows up in the yes you wanted to say no to. In the silence you chose when you should have spoken truth. In the fake smile you gave while your soul was screaming. In the compromise that seemed small but cost you peace. You keep trying to keep the peace externally while you're breaking apart internally. You keep trying to keep everyone happy, but now you don't even know what you want anymore. You've become a mirror for their expectations instead of a vessel for God's direction. And let me say this plainly, living for approval will always lead to exhaustion. Because no matter how much you do, how well you perform, how many times you say yes when your heart says no, it will never be enough for everyone. You weren't created to carry the weight of everyone else's opinion. You were created to carry the presence of purpose, and the moment you start molding yourself to fit their mold, you step out of the identity you were born with. The danger of people pleasing is that it's never satisfied. You meet one expectation and it moves the goalpost. You please one person and another disapproves, and you start shrinking not because you're small, but because you've allowed their preferences to define your boundaries. You've become addicted to validation, and the thing about validation, it expires fast. One thank you, one you're amazing, one you're so helpful, and then the silence, then the pressure to perform again. Then the emptiness that creeps in when the applause fades and you're left wondering, who am I without their approval? That's not peace, that's prison. Some of you have been called to be bold, but you're busy being agreeable. You've been gifted with truth, but you're giving people comfort. You've been anointed for leadership, but you're playing small so no one feels threatened. But let me ask you, how long are you going to let fear of rejection rob you of the real you? How long will you keep trading your voice for their validation, your power for their permission? People pleasing is a trap that keeps you circling around what they want, while never stepping into what God wants. A trap that makes you feel needed but never fulfilled. A trap that keeps you acting, performing, pretending instead of standing, speaking, and living in freedom. And if you don't break free from it, you'll find yourself in places God never called you to, doing things that drain you, surrounded by people who don't even know the real you. Your identity is not built on their praise. Your value doesn't come from their opinion. Your calling doesn't need their permission. You don't have to be liked to be effective. You don't have to be approved to be appointed. And the minute you let go of needing their applause, you'll find a deeper, louder, stronger affirmation, the kind that comes from walking in who God made you to be, without filters, without fear, and without compromise. Would you like to continue with key point 6 next in the same powerful tone?